What Kimi K3 means for your mid-market business. It's the first open-weight model to reach the frontier. Let's talk about the implications. K3 is a model from Chinese company Moonshot AI. It has almost 3 trillion parameters, is multimodal, and has a 1 million token context window. It is the very first open-weight model to reach frontier intelligence. You can see in the charts on the right that it sits on par with GPT-Sol and Claude Fable. So now you can have frontier performance and control over how you run it. Let's explore the optionality an open weights model gives you. You can use K3 the way you would use any closed model. Call the labs API, pay per token. The difference is that this is a choice rather than the only option. So the model is now decoupled from both the interface and the infrastructure. Let's zoom into the access path. Pay per token remains the lowest commitment and fastest to production. It's the right default for getting started and for workloads with unpredictable volume. Dedicated instance on a GPU cloud, that is a private deployment with a hosting provider. You gain isolation, predictable latency, and cost that flattens as volume grows, all without taking on hardware yourself. On-premise means maximum control, maximum overhead. Justified when data cannot leave your perimeter at all for regulatory or contractual reasons. This is likely not justifiable based on cost alone. Most mid-market companies combine the 3 access paths depending on the respective workflow. So there is no clear winner. You mix and match. How to pick an infrastructure provider. Let's look at 3 criteria. Data residency. You pick the provider, you pick the jurisdiction. The origin of the model does not matter. So a Chinese model with a local provider might be a good fit for you. Network access. A model only creates value when it can reach your systems through connectors. You must feel comfortable with your choice of provider given the level of access you give them. Operations overhead. You need to understand how much operational overhead is needed from your end. You can rent a GPU server bare metal and configure your own models, or you can rent a dedicated managed server. Now, let's get back to the larger picture, your AI workflows. We talked about using open-weight models, but optionality at the model layer is worthless if it's trapped underneath a vendor-locked workflow. To keep the freedom to switch models, you need to own the infrastructure around them. Prompts, tool definitions, approval rules, monitoring, and learning loops. Keep these independent of any single vendor, and switching becomes a quick configuration change. Let's see concretely what vendor lock-in costs you. A vendor outage becomes your outage. When your provider goes down, you have no lever to pull, you just wait. Any migration becomes a rewrite. Moving off of a vendor-specific stack means rebuilding your workflows from scratch. Pricing is no longer negotiable. A vendor who knows you can't leave has no reason to hold prices, and token prices are expected to rise. The core takeaway here is AI models are a commodity now, but your AI workflows are not. That's it for today. Enjoy the optionality you gained and use it wisely by keeping your model choice flexible. If you need any help or want to read our free guide, AI Workflows for Mid-Market Businesses, you know where to find us.